All right, guys, we're going to do an activity in our reading and grammar notebook. So if you make sure you have your reading and grammar in your plastic envelope, you'll need scissors and glue. I'm going to go ahead and grab our camera. Okay. All right, so reading and grammar. We're going to grab in here, mine's right on the top, this set that is stapled together. 3, write the answer, and the 4, and the guided tour, and then this one that says pet rat. Can you see that? Oh, it's hard to see. Pet rat. If you'll tear pet rat off, put the rest in your envelope so that you don't lose it. Okay. Right there. All right, so all we have to do with this one is just cut out around it and we'll glue it in, okay? So we're not going to do a song for this because we're going to be quick about it. Just cutting around the rectangle. Okay. So hopefully you're done. We're very close to it. We're going to be back here in reading. Okay, we're going to turn and turn. Remember, don't ever skip any pages. We're just going to go front to back, front to back, front to back, unless I specifically tell you to skip a page. So yesterday we did this one. We're going to turn it and we're going to glue Pet Rat into our book. Pet Rat. I can't wait to read this story. I'm interested to hear about this pet rat. I had a friend who had a pet rat when I was in, what grade was I? I guess I was in 6th grade. And she had a pet rat named Isabel. And Isabel was adorable. She was a very light brown with a very long tail. She was very clean and very sweet. And so we get to hold her and she'd run across your shoulders and sit in your lap. And oh, she was just so sweet. So sweet. Okay, so here is, I'm just trying to get the glare off. I don't know why we have so much glare. Okay, there we go. All right, so glue this in. We're going to read this story and then we're going to answer the questions at the bottom. Okay. What I like to do is read the questions at the bottom just so I'm familiar with it so that while I'm reading, it's in my mind, okay? So, number 1, what was the big problem in this story? How was it solved? Okay, so I know now there's going to be a problem and a solution. Number 2, why did Kaya leave Ruby alone on the kitchen floor? Okay, so now we're getting a little idea. Something happened on the kitchen floor. Number 3, what could Kaya do differently next time so that her rat does not go under the dishwasher? Oh, we're seeing some problem here. All right, let's read the story because it's going to make way more sense. All right, you can follow along in your book. One Sunday afternoon, while her mom was washing the dishes, Kaya sat on the kitchen floor and played with her beloved pet. The pet was a sweet white rat with red eyes. Kaya knew that some people were scared of rats or thought that they were gross. However, from the moment she set eyes on that intelligent creature, Kaya was in love. Honey, can you see if there are any cups to wash in the living room? Her mother asked. Just as Kaya stood up to check, curious little Ruby scurried across the kitchen floor. As quick as a wink, the rat slipped beneath the dishwasher. Kaya and her mother looked at one another with worry in their eyes. After a moment of thinking, Kaya went to the refrigerator and brought out a slice of cheese. She and her mother crouched near the corner of the dishwasher. Out walked Ruby, her nose twitching as she investigated the smell of the cheese. Kaya picked up Ruby and held her close to her heart. She was so relieved. Question number 1. What was the big problem in the story? How was it solved? Okay, A says, some people think that rats are gross. Kaya only plays with her rat away from other people. B says, Ruby ran under the dishwasher. Kaya and her mom sang until Ruby came out. C, Ruby ran under the dishwasher. Kaya uses cheese to lure her out. D, there were dirty cups in the living room. Kaya collected the cups so that her mother would wash them, or could wash them. So what was the problem? You remember? And how did they solve it? So Ruby ran under the dishwasher and Kaya used cheese to lure her out. C. Okay, number 2 says, why did Kaya leave Ruby alone on the kitchen floor? Now, we've learned the race strategy, so we need to restate the question. Why did Kaya leave Ruby alone on the kitchen floor? Kaya left Ruby alone on the kitchen floor so she could gather any dirty cups in the living room. Look at that, guys. Half the question or more was just repeating the sentence. So when people say they want a complete sentence, this is a complete sentence. Kaya left Ruby alone on the kitchen floor so she could gather any dirty cups in the living room. All right. So if you need to pause so that you can get this all written down, you may certainly do that. Okay, so if you're still writing, I'd like you to push pause because I'm going to move on and I want you to be able to finish number 2. And then you can push play and come back for number 3, okay? Number 3 says, what could Kaya do differently next time so that her pet rat does not, or so her rat does not go under the dishwasher? Okay. All right. I'm going to say next time Kaya has her rat out and she needs to do something, she will, what will she do? Put him back in his cage first. Maybe that's one solution. What are some other solutions, though? She might have somebody else hold him. She might take him with her. She might put something by the dishwasher so the rat can't get under there. Lots of solutions. So you can write down what solution you think. Okay, so you can push pause because this is what you need to get written in your book. Once you are done getting it written in your book, you are done with Reading Interactive Notebook. So make sure that you have all of this written down. We're getting close to the end of the semester when you'll be coming back full-time. Well, I think full-time, but you'll be coming back and I'll be checking in your book and you'll need to have all this done. And I would hate for you to have to do all the new work and the old work. So a stitch in time saves 9. Keep up with me every day. Get your work done with me every day and you will be right on track, okay? All right, I appreciate how hard you're working. And I am going to go head back to our page so I can tell you where I'm going to head next. I wonder if you know what I'm going to say. All right, I'm going to head to our read aloud. Is that what you guessed? I'm going to head over to our read aloud, so I'll see you there with Ralph and Keith.